This is Rabbi Yoseph Vigler. Today we're going to take a look at a clip by Dr. John Gottman, a renowned psychologist and an expert on marriage, specifically understanding and predicting which marriages are going to survive and which not. We'll take a look today at a clip on the 4 reasons that marriage can fail.
You're so selfish.
Ugh, what an idiot.
It's not my fault we're always late.
Forget it.
Criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. Dr. John Gottman calls these negative communication patterns the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse because they'll lead to the end of your relationship.
Relationship means connection. And sometimes you're connected, you love each other. But then these 4 little things, criticism and stonewalling, these little things slowly but surely erode at the foundations of your marriage.
In fact, he can predict this relationship failure with over 90% accuracy if the behavior isn't changed. So, what can you do? Well, at the Gottman Institute, we understand you might not even know you're communicating this way, or you might not know how to control it. But if you practice the following 4 research-based antidotes, there is hope for your future. Criticism attacks the character of the recipient, instead of focusing on a specific behavior. The antidote to criticism is to talk about your feelings using I statements, then express a positive need. Contempt is an expression of superiority that comes out as sarcasm, cynicism, name-calling, eye-rolling, sneering, mockery, and hostile humor. Contempt is the greatest predictor of relationship failure and must be eliminated. The antidote.
In Judaism, we speak about love of a fellow man. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Love your fellow like you love yourself. Here's the key. Before you critique someone else, ask yourself the question, how would I like that said to me? You're allowed to critique. You're allowed to say you are this and this and this. But you first have to ask yourself, how would I like it said? And the answer is, I like it encapsulated in love. When you look at me and you say to me, you are late, you're never reliable, and you say it in that tone, the message is you're a nothing. It's demeaning, it's humiliating. But if you say it to yourself first, you'll say, okay, it's true, I'm a good person. And sometimes I'm late. In other words, we believe in the core love of ourselves. If you start with the love, then it'll be encapsulated. It won't come out as a negative critique. It won't be destructive. It'll be constructive. And the other person will receive it the same way you would like it said to you.
The antidote to contempt is to treat one another with respect and build a culture of appreciation within the relationship. Defensiveness is self-protection through righteous indignation or playing the victim. Defensiveness never solves the problem and is really just an underhanded way of blaming your partner. The antidote to defensiveness is to accept responsibility, even if only for part of the conflict. Stonewalling occurs when the listener withdraws from the conversation without resolving anything. It takes time for the negativity created by the first 3 horsemen to result in stonewalling. But when it does, it can become a habit. The antidote to stonewalling is to break for at least 20 minutes. Calm down, then return to the conversation. Spare your relationship from certain destruction. Learn more about eliminating the 4 horsemen by visiting our site.
It's beautiful. There's just one issue. When you reach that point of stonewalling, when you haven't spoken to each other for a week and you're giving each other the silent treatment, it becomes increasingly difficult to repair the relationship. But there's a core behind all this. Why should I want to repair this relationship? See, at some point, I may argue, you know what? It's too difficult. I'm out. And in this disposable society we live in, it's too easy to do that. Relationships work when they are ordained by God. It's when you understand that you didn't come together because you happen to be the same age, the same interest, the same space, and just by chance have met each other. No, you met each other because you actually saw each other much earlier, 40 days before a child is born, before a fetus is born. The Talmud says, it is determined so-and-so will marry so-and-so. And that's what brought you together. There's a beautiful piece in the Talmud which says, that the girls of Jerusalem would go out and dance, and the guys would be lured in to find a match. And each girl would draw attention to her qualities. Here's how she would say. If she was beautiful, she would say, Bacher, boy, sana inecha, lift up your eyes and look at me. If she had family, she would say, look up your eyes, lift up your eyes and look at my family. That choice of words, sana inecha, lift up your eyes, is the key to relationships. If you look at a relationship down, I look at you and I see you have this quality and that quality. Then when you're critiquing me, I'm not interested in the relationship anymore. It erodes the relationship. But if I lift up my eyes beforehand, and I lift up my eyes and I realize, you know what? There's God. And God put us together long before we were born. True, God did give an out to a marriage called divorce, yes. But the relationship itself is sacred. God brought us together. And therefore, we want to do as much as possible to keep us together. When a relationship is divinely based because God said so, then you should be interested in repairing it and working it and doing everything you can. Because sometimes marriage gets really, really difficult. The real way to survive it is by realizing God put it together. It's my work. And I want to do this to stay together.